integrity. Me and you, we on the road. Grass, top to top. Got a lot to learn in this life, and I'm excited. Gonna do it, my people like mine. Yeah. What you gonna do when you need reboot? What you gonna do? Oh, reboot, a reboot, a reboot.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I want to welcome you to today's edition of reBOOT. And we are so glad that you are here. I am your spiritual thought leader, Regina L. Stillman, and I am graced by two of the most phenomenally beautiful young women on the face of this planet, Phoenix Leor, Lena Will, and Shelly Welly. Come on in the room. How y'all doing today?
I'm just talking and I'm on mute. Jesus Christ. Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm
Awesome.
doing. I know, AG, you asked me how I'm doing. I'm doing wonderful.
Good.
And Shelly's feeling good. It's a beautiful Friday. Good. I'm excited to be here, guys. I'm very excited.
Now I'm going to go ahead and take it away.
The weekend.
It's the kickoff to the weekend, man. What's y'all weekend plans? What y'all got going on this weekend?
Man, this weekend is a weekend of resetting for me, kind of getting things back in order and set up for a long quarantine ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
A long quarantine.
Well, you know what? Sometimes them quarantines, good things come out of them quarantines. You know what I'm saying?
I hope so.
Wait, Shelly, did you finish your hello truck driver 57? How you doing? How's everybody doing? I want to know what everybody got planned this weekend. So in the chat us, let us know what you got going on. Mel Holiday said I'm coaching basketball.
Oh, that's fun. Let's go, Mel.
Okay, I used to be point guard, but then what had happened was I tried to I tried to shoot. I got confused and I shot the ball in the wrong in the opposite team's basket. So they sat me down. They took me out the game. Yeah, they took me out the game. But I love basketball. Shelly, this is what I was gonna ask you. Did you finish your Harry Potter? Did you finish it? Did you finish all the movies?
Every single time.
You did?
I finished all the movies. I went all the way through. I'm starting to realize some weird things as I get older about Harry Potter.
Okay.
One thing in particular that I realized that kind of struck me. I don't know how familiar everybody is with the characters, but Harry's the main character, obviously, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, his parents died when he was a baby. And now he's going to like this school for witchcraft and wizardry. One of his professors that's like really, really mean to him. Like this is the professor that's like, oh, you're just like your dad. I hate you. Come to find out later on in the series, this professor was bullied by Harry's dad. And he was in love with Harry's mom.
Oh!
So in one of the movies, later on, obviously, spoiler alert, by the way, if you've never seen Harry Potter.
Listen, it's 10 years later. If you ain't seen it yet, you ain't gonna see it.
Right.
We ain't got time.
So later on in the series, he dies. And as he dies, he's sitting there, Harry's like holding him as he dies. And he's like, just look at me. And Harry's like, okay. And he like looks him in the eye and he's like, you've always had your mother's eyes. And I'm like, no, that's not the line. That's not the line we should have used there.
You don't think so? I guess now that you say that, that is a little weird.
I'm like, what?
That is a little weird. That is a little weird, but that's the whole reason why he was helping Harry was because of the mom. The eyes was the only thing that he could kind of connect to, and it's just like,
yes. He was like, you've always had your mother's eyes. I just want to look into your eyes as I die. And I'm like, is this man fantasizing over this other man because he looks like his mom? Like, I'm having thoughts about this.
I'm not gonna take it that far now. I don't know, but I understand what you're saying. It is a little weird. It is a little weird. I understand what you're saying.
Still love it. Still love the series. And a store just opened up here and in New York with all the Harry Potter gear. So I'm there.
Okay, come on, Miss Hogwarts fan. We listen. You gonna get into the school. Don't even worry about it. Okay.
Hmm
All
I'm
right. Let's
there.
see.
I'm all the way there. Do you know your Harry Potter house?
I'm Gryffindor.
Are you
A1 day
Gryffindor?
one, baby.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
even
I
need to
think
take the
you'd be a
test, cuz
Gryffindor.
I don't even need to take the test. I'm Gryffindor. I am
I think you
Gryffindor
would be a Gryffindor.
because you know Harry was there, Hermione was there, everybody was there. That's what I should be, you
Everybody
know.
was there.
Everybody was there. That's what I should be. So I'm Gryffindor. That's what I do. I
What
feel
about
it.
the people in the chat? Chat people, do you guys know your Harry Potter house?
Yes,
I
if we
need to
got
know
Harry
this.
Potter fans, what are
We
you
got Harry
guys'
Potter fans in here.
okay?
Rebel said I'm a Crip. I can't.
Oh, gang, cuz Rebel been a crip all the whole time I know him. You know what I'm saying? Crip gang, cuz um, it's real out here in these streets.
But you know what,
Crazy.
Rebel? Crip Blue. There is a blue house. It is actually Ravenclaw, and I am a Ravenclaw. So I think that you might be. Yeah, I think we could get this.
Mel Holiday says she's never seen Harry Potter.
I
Mel,
want to guess everyone's house. I think Aunt Jean is for sure Gryffindor. Gryffindor all day.
Janae Patrice Smith said not at all, and I'm glad you just explained the movie, Shelly. Yo, Harry Potter is dope. Harry Potter is dope. Best. Okay, we're not about to get into Harry Potter, but let me tell you, the woman who wrote the book, she literally had a dream, okay, about this scene, and she woke up and she wrote the stuff down, and then she just developed this story, and this is something that she dreamt, and it just came to her. So Harry
Yep.
Potter's dope on there. We ain't gonna start every show like this with Harry Potter, but let me tell you, go watch it. Shrug Star 57 said, I have not either.
But
I'm
you have to
so
remember that this is Harry Potter came out in you all's generation when you guys were kids. So now some of us
okay.
a little bit more with a few more years on it. That's not going to be something that we just now. I have to say this, Crazy Berrytown. Good evening to you. Good afternoon to you. Crazy Berrytown said she loves Harry Berrytown. It's the ish. So that's not going to be for everybody, but a lot more of those that are outside of you guys range, they're probably not going to be acclimated to Harry Potter. Having
I
I
heard
love
see.
that.
this, but
I
watched
see.
it, no.
Okay. I do want to get serious real quick. Just real quick for all of our viewers. For you and Jean, for Shelly. I just want to say something real quick, little service announcement. I did get my nails done this morning. And so I would like to let everybody know that I am going to be talking a lot with my hands today. Okay. So I just want to give
Period.
everybody a good view of these. Can you see them? Oh, Jesus.
Period.
Girl,
Yes.
honey, let me tell you something. My nails are so cute. My nails are so cute. I just feel like a different person. So I'm just going to be talking with my hands today. I just want to let everybody know, please, get with me, okay? Because this is how I am when I get my
Click
nails done.
Show
Okay.
chat.
the nails,
The
girl.
bad
Show
bitch
the
is
nails.
back.
I'm
Okay,
not
please,
mad.
thank you. Just want to let y'all know. So if y'all like, oh Lord, can she please stop moving her hands? No, I cannot. It's
No,
just
you
that
cannot.
type of day.
No,
It's
you
that
cannot.
type of day.
You got it, flaunt it.
Now that kind of brings me to my first question. When you think about nails, they're like an enhancement. What are your views and thoughts on getting enhancements done to yourself, like your hair, your nails, or whatever you consider to be an enhancement?
I'm here for it. I'm all the way here for it. Whatever helps you feel like more you, more fabulous.
Mhm.
I'm all the things. Get all of the things.
Okay. Okay.
Completely.
Now, do you think it's a bit of an issue? Because I literally turn into a different person when I get my nails done or when I get my hair done. I literally like my extraness goes up level 100.
No,
Like
you
it's
can't tell me nothing and you shouldn't be able to anyway.
yeah. So what I mean, is it at all in any way a negative? Do you see that it might be a little like why can't you be like that just with your normal self?
I feel like it is your normal, but like with a little bit of pizzazz, Salt Bay. Put a little pizzazz on it real quick. I feel like you just kind of when you feel fabulous, you pull out all the extra stops. So it's like, yeah, I'm still me. I'm still Lena. I can still rock a mic, but I'm gonna
Okay.
rock the mic like this. Do you hear me? Like we're
Listen.
gonna be all in your face with the mic.
Uh-huh. I understand.
I don't see a negative.
I mean, I'm a little on the fence. I just feel like, if you can't be that, I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. I kind of feel both ways. Definitely do what you think is going to help you feel good about yourself. If you like to get your hair done, get your hair done. But I think it becomes an issue when you can't like be yourself without the enhancements. Like if I don't have weave in my hair, if my hair is not down to my shoulders, then I can't go out. I'm not in a good mood. I don't feel beautiful. None of that. And I
And you
think
know what?
that's
I do know a few people who have that energy. They're just like, I'm not put together. I can't be seen like this.
mm,
I don't
yeah,
know. I'm
it's
still like, I mean, I feel you. If that's what it takes for you to feel comfortable,
mhm,
feel comfortable.
okay. So let me ask you this. And then Jean, you can answer also. Okay, when you walk out the house,
Mm-hmm.
do you like make yourself up and make sure everything is tip top shape, or do you just kind of whatever you feel in that day? What do you do?
Now, let me say this. Okay. And so I'm going to go back and tack on to that first question that you asked. And I
Okay.
will say, because I was that person, especially when I was in corporate arena, I was that person. And even after corporate arena for that matter, I'm going to have my hair done every single week. And I got my nails. I had my acrylics every 2 weeks with the feel, because nothing's worse to me than to have the nail hanging off there and we see beds all the way halfway up your finger. So I will say this. And even though it doesn't change me as a person, I'm still the same person. There is a whole different attitude and a whole different flair and a whole different air you have when you have your nails done, when your hair is in place and your clothes are on point, baby. Listen, you just can't touch it, and
You just can't.
it brings a totally different energy. It really does. Now, like right now, that's why I told for anybody in the Kansas City area, you need your hair done. Janae Patrice Smith is a beautician. That's why I
Yeah,
told
she
her I need to
is.
be sitting in your chair, because now, even though I have the natural and everybody's like, oh, we just love it. We
We
love
do
it.
love it. We do love it.
That's all fine and good. I don't love it.
Oh, Jesus.
Let me tell you what, it makes me feel blah. When I look at my hair, it looks blah. Not because it's natural. There's just nothing there.
Now, my question is that because we have this idea of what pizzazz looks like, or do you just actually, you know what I'm trying to say?
I have, since I've been young, and now I'm old and I never seen the right. No. From young to old, I have liked pizzazz, and there's no pizzazz. So it's like at the end of the day, if it doesn't have the pizzazz, y'all can have it.
Oh, okay,
I'm
I
here
see.
for it. I totally sympathize because when I'm just like chilling on an average day, I mean, I don't need to get like my hair and my makeup and all the things done. However, when it's time to step outside, child, it's something about an event that screams to me new outfit, new hair, new
Yes.
nails.
Yes.
And I literally mean any event. Oh, Jameis got invited to some 7-year-old's birthday party. Okay, well, I gotta get my nails done. The party's not even for me.
Let me go back. Crazy Berry Town said, my Harry Potter house is Hufflepuff. So I keep it casual all the time. Cash all the time. So he does, so they kind of, wherever you go, it is what it is.
But you gotta watch out for those Hufflepuffs. They like to flip flop. We know who was a Hufflepuff.
Oh, see?
And CBT is a female, but she's all that in a bag of chips.
Sherelle, I believe it's Sherelle Red Grimm said, it's good to look good when you go out because it makes you feel good.
It does.
It
I agree
makes
with
you
that.
feel good. I think, go ahead. I was just going to say, you
Yeah.
hit a point there because it's not really about the nails. It's not really about the clothes. It's not really about the hair. It's
Come on.
about the feeling
Yes.
behind the hair, the nails, or whatever. You know, guys like suits, guys like cologne and stuff like that. It's in or shoes or something like that. It's the feeling behind it that
Absolutely.
just gives you, that ba
Life.
ba boom. It
Mhm.
gives you life, yeah.
It does.
So I do think it's a fine line. You want to be careful though, because you look like me, honey. I like to look cute and get cute or whatever, but when I tell you that I will step out the house looking like a straight bum, I will. You probably people probably try to give me money.
And it's every time that you look like a bum that you
Uh-huh.
run into everybody. Everybody. Friends from high
Everybody.
school,
Yup.
your old crush. Like
Is
you run
that
into everybody.
is that Lena? Hey, ooh, she's struggling.
Lena.
I'll be
Yes,
like,
right.
hey girl, how you doing? It is
No,
what it
don't get it
is.
twisted. You just caught me in Walmart. Catch me at the club.
How
No,
about that?
mm-mm. I'm like King Coogee. Whenever I step out the house, I want to kill. Really. Now, when I'm in my headspace, now I have to say, probably since my mother passed away, and maybe a little bit before. Nah, I'll say since my mom passed away, because even when she was in the hospital, when I walked in the hospital, I walked in on fleek. So I mean, it was just everything was going
Come on,
Period.
Angel.
but I will say that probably since then, I've been in a headspace that's a little bit off, if you know what I'm saying. But at the
Mhm.
same time, there's still that inner that's like, if I'm really stepping out the house, I don't care what it is, because I'm not doing it for the people, I'm doing it for myself. King Coogee
Mm.
said, when I come out, I plan to kill them. I don't want to see anybody wearing
Kill him,
the
cuz.
outfit that I have on. I want my whole aura. I want everything to scream spiritual thought leader and nobody
Ooh.
else. I'm so serious, because this is my space. This is my place. This is what I own. Own it. That's the way I want it to be every time. For real, for real.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
Yeah.
Every
Completely shut
time.
it down. And I
Shut it
feel
down.
you. I feel
Shut it
that.
I'm working on that.
Crazy Berrytown said those are the comments I get when I get gussied up. First of all, gussied up. Is this you're from the Midwest? I know that now. She said it's so rare, so folks are utterly shocked. Yes,
Well,
yeah, that's me.
and
Because half the time I am just on chill mode, and I'm like, it can
that's
wait. The lashes can wait. The hair can wait.
that's another thing too, because if you normally just chill and then just surprise the folks with the full-fledged it's a whole nother ball game. Folks will be like,
But Lena, this is what you okay. I get that too,
it's not for I know
I
what you're
feel
gonna
you. I
say.
feel you, Crazy Berrytown. I feel you, because that's cool. But it's another thing when you step out and they waiting to see what you gonna step out in. They waiting to see
Okay, AG.
what you got on. What's that hair gonna look like? What are them nails gonna look like? What kind of shoes you got on? I mean, the whole nine from head to toe. Just make them stop and just drool. That's what
It's
I
just
like.
ready. They wait.
Fly, oh my, it's a little bit scary.
Listen.
It's a
Wait,
little
truck
bit
jar.
scary.
Wait, truck jar 57 said, I guess since I'm the man in here, I get my hair cut and shaved every week. Plus, I get my nails and feet done twice a month.
Come on
Your
here.
nails? You get your
I
nails
love
done?
it. I
This
love
Like what? Like a buff or like a top coat? What are we talking, truck driver?
I think a manicure. I just when I went to the nail shop today, a woman and her husband came in and he got a pedicure, he got a manicure also. So
Okay.
I think this is dope. That let me tell y'all something. Hold on. Hold on. That haircut, when that man gets that haircut,
Ooh, thank you.
honey,
Thank you.
I don't know what type of magic them barbers will learn. But
Abba.
when they get that haircut, oh
It's
my
over.
God.
It's
It's
over. Everything is
it's
done. All the plans are canceled.
Lord
We're
done.
done.
Jesus.
You say you're going where? With who? No, you're
We're
not.
not
No, you're
at all.
not. Not like that. Not looking that good. No, you're gonna be right here. No, I'm just kidding. If you going, I'm going. That's all I'm saying.
Ah,
Let me get some lip gloss and some shoes real quick. I'll be out there.
Something.
I'll
Honey,
be out
I don't
there.
know what it is about that haircut, but that haircut is of the God. God blessed us with them haircuts and the barbers, and I just love it. Let's see
They
what
sure did.
else.
Let me put a quick shout out for DJ Onyx Heart.
Okay,
Today is
okay.
his birthday, but he came over because he wanted to check us out. But I want to say happy birthday to
Happy
DJ.
birthday!
Lena, sing a little bit of happy birthday. Okay,
I'm gonna give him the Kojic version.
Give him the
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Yeah. Okay, I'm done.
Oh, I missed that one.
To you.
There you go. There you go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
That's the Kojic version. I see that on my.
Let me get my sound effects in here. That's it. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday. And we love you, DJ Onyx Heart. We love you. Thank you so much.
Lena, I need you to be the score of my life.
Oh, I'm ready.
I just need you to always be with me and just score my whole life.
Yes, I can do that. And I do. And so all of our viewers, I do that. You just pay to fly me out and you tell me what type of day is going to be happening. And I work on music. And as we go throughout the day, I mean, work, you know, you go to drinks with your friends. I'm in the background singing for you.
Come on.
I need this.
Please
100% need this.
I'm out here. This is the new age type of living. You know, if you want the soundtrack, we'll give you a soundtrack.
Good. Give it to you.
I do.
Give it to you.
No, but that was my Kojic version of Happy Birthday. So
Rebel said that sounds like the Baptist version.
Yeah, the Baptist version. Happy birthday.
Yes, yes.
To you. Happy birthday. To you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
That
that's
is
my
so
favorite
accurate.
version. That's my
accurate.
favorite version of Happy Birthday to sing. DM me if y'all want me to sing anybody else that. Yeah, simple as that.
Come on.
It's good to celebrate. You're supposed to celebrate your birthday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Absolutely.
What, Shelly, what's your favorite way to celebrate your birthday?
Ooh, my birthday is an event, okay? From October 1st to October 31st, okay?
Oh,
The
yes,
whole
honey.
month it's an event. It really is. And specifically that week of my birthday is where I show out. But my favorite thing to do on my birthday is to go get all the free things at the restaurant.
Oh.
So I'll go to Starbucks in the morning and get my free coffee. Then I'll go to like Pizza Hut for lunch and get my free personal pan. And then I'll do Red Robin for dinner and get my free burger. Eat free all day on your birthday.
You know you got IHOP. IHOP gives you a free meal.
And Denny's.
Denny's does too also. If you go to Walmart, go to customer service and tell them it's your birthday, they give you a $10 card. You got a lot of stuff.
Come on, name
I did not know that Walmart did that.
Walmart does that. Target does that. If you go to Price Chopper, they give you a free lottery ticket.
What?
I'm making stuff up now, but it's a lot of stuff you can try. It's a lot of you just go out there and tell folks it's your birthday, and then be like, you know, is that free? And then if they say no, you say, is that free? And you ask them 3 times, take person 3 times. And you ask, and then they'll say yes. They'll say no, yes. It's just that's the science.
See, work it out, Lena.
Work it out. And I like to go up to folks and tell them it's my birthday, you know, and then give them your Cash App. And then that, you know, people feel obligated to give you a little money, 50 cent, dollar, you know, but that stuff adds up. You know, a bunch of pennies makes $1. I always say that. That's my
we'll do it.
Yeah. Hey G, how do you like to celebrate your birthdays?
You know, my favorite birthdays that I've done recently, have been going to the mountaintop. I've been at Great Smoky, and that has been my refuge and my birthday present to myself. And I absolutely positively love it. I'm not
Yes.
so big on necessarily going out and I mean I will, but that to me is like, okay. I'm more and I'm this type of person. I like to celebrate on off times. So I feel like the people that really love me, that really know me, they know that I'm going to emphasize those off time surprises just because you just wanted to do it, not because it was your birthday or Valentine's Day or whatever, because you had to. I want that surprise. So the day of is like my time with God and recalibrating myself. And then outside of that, it's like, hey, whatever, knock yourself out.
Okay, I love it, Aunt Jean. DJ, did we already say this?
I don't like surprises. Is that an anomaly? I thought there were more people who didn't like surprises.
I love
That's an anomaly. I think
You like surprises? Oh.
girl. If you want me to love you for the rest of your life, surprise me with something. Surprise
Listen,
me.
I do not like surprises. I
What's
can't
wrong with
stand
surprises,
it.
Shelly? What is
I
it?
just feel like I just need to know. I just need to know. Just tell me what's going on.
You have a control problem. I can see it. I see right through that. That's what that is. You said, "What? Get ready. Get ready. Be ready by 4. What we're gonna do it for? What we got these. What we're gonna do with the kids? Just be ready, Shelly. Be ready. Be
This
ready."
is me all day and night.
Oh no! Look, Mel
I
Holiday
don't
is on your
like
team. You
it.
say Mel Holiday say you can't surprise me. So maybe she's saying it's hard to surprise her. You have to
You
really
have
put
to
in
tell
work.
me something. You at least have to tell me like a couple days in advance, like, hey, Friday at 4, we're going somewhere. You don't have to tell me
That's not a
where or like
surprise.
what.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, that's not a surprise,
Because then
Shelly.
I know her next question is, should I eat? Should I eat a snack or should? And then they have to. Then you start to get a little bit. Should I do my makeup? Do I need to get my nails? And then you
Right,
start to get all the information, and it ain't a surprise no more, Shelly.
right, right,
So
right.
we gonna pray for Shelly
Mhm.
because surprise, Shelly. Have you ever been successfully surprised?
Oh yeah, loads of times. I get mad every single time.
You do?
Every single time. The night that Nick proposed, he almost couldn't propose because I'm a brat. I'm a brat. I don't like to be surprised.
Mm, mm,
Stop.
mm.
Like, why are we out here in the cold underneath
Uh,
this on this bridge? What are we doing?
oh,
I don't know what we're doing and I don't like this.
But how you gonna get
girl.
the romance out? I mean, you're trying to get romance, you're trying to get spontaneity, you're trying to get
Yeah.
all of this in there.
No.
Effort.
Answer 65,000 questions.
Listen,
Now,
it's a pretty funny story, but no, I was just like, I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing? And I'm like walking around. I'm like, yeah, so we're here. And I turn around and he's down on one knee, and I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense now.
girl, I can't take it. Oh, look,
Do
Diesel.
the
Oh,
Oh,
surprises.
Diesel,
Diesel
that is
7.
so sweet.
He
Oh,
said I
that's so
just
cute.
was surprised with a vow renewal a few weeks ago. Oh,
That is so sweet. And
there's a ribbon in the sky for our love. I love
isn't that
it.
beautiful?
That's
Isn't that
so
beautiful?
sweet.
But like, how
Diesel.
did you prepare for that? Were you able to get your
Uh,
hair done? Were you
Why
able
do
to
you
have your
have to
nails
prepare,
done? Like,
Shelly?
I have to prepare.
now this is
Diesel,
my
you have to
question.
tell me.
This is my question. Do you like to surprise people, or do you not like to surprise people either?
No, I don't like to surprise people. Like, I'll get people a gift and I'll be like, ooh, I can't wait to give this to them for Christmas. And then December 1st, I'm sending it to them. And I'm telling them, I got you this for Christmas.
Oh wow. See what I'm
I
saying?
suck at surprising and I don't like to, because I like to see like the joy on your face when you realize like I thought through this for you. And like, I don't, I just
Truck
don't.
truck driver 57 said I was surprised last year by my sons with a new truck.
New
I'm
truck.
here for that.
That's
I
what I'm
love
talking
Who
about.
is
that. I
these
love that for
kids? Them
all of
some good
you.
boys. You said what? That's some good boys.
I need
I
you
said I
to
love
mute
that
this.
for all of you, but I cannot. Oh, it just no, I can't.
Listen, when somebody puts, if somebody, have I ever been surprised before? Yes, I have actually. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell the story. It's kind of out. It's not that bad. Anyways, I was dating this guy, and he was a little, he's a little crazy. I felt like he was crazy. He was a little hood. He was a little crazy, and some of the things he did, I would always be like, "What?" And so before it was Valentine's Day actually, and I was like, we were supposed to go out to dinner, and I was like, this guy, he's really crazy. That's what he is. And so he I came into the room and he looked at me. He looked at my necklace. I had a little tiger necklace on my on my necklace. I'm laughing because it's so funny to me. And he looked at it, he was like, "What's that?" And I was like, "It's a necklace." And he's like, "I don't like that. Take that off." Like he literally like, "Take that off. I don't like that." And as he's saying this, I'm thinking to myself, this is gonna be the last time I talk to him. Because he's actually really crazy. Why did he want me to take my necklace off because he don't like it? I love this tiger necklace. What are you talking about? And so I'm like, what are you talking about? And then as I'm about to go off on him, I look down and he has a box in his hand. It's a necklace box. And so I'm like, what's that? And so I open it. It was a necklace with a little heart pendant. And I was like, oh my God, I love it. I still have the necklace to the day. I don't have the man, but I got that necklace to this day. Yeah. But I'll never forget that.
Presentation was way off. And at that point, after you made me mad, I'm not even happy about the gift. I would have thrown the necklace back at him. Like, no, what are you doing all this for? You could have done that differently.
It was really cute because it was like he threw me off the scent because I was so irritated that he was talking crazy, and then in all actuality, he was trying to be nice and he had the necklace. So it actually was a really good surprise for me. Maybe I'm a little crazy.
That's toxic.
I feel you on that, Lena. I'm with you, Lena. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I was like,
what about this sounds good to you guys? None of it sounds good to me.
See, Shelly don't get it. She don't understand how surprises work. That's what it is.
I can't. Well, I can't do it.
Wait, Mel said what? Serial killer in training? Oh, Lord.
Right.
Your brain don't went too far. Your brain has gone way too. At the point
now,
now,
I'm with you, Mel. I'm with you.
I will say when he was the take that off, I don't like it. Cause listen, I'd have still had it on today. Cause I've been like, looky here. Now I don't care about you not liking it. I like it. So at the end of the day, that would not have worked on me.
It would. Yeah, and that's exactly how I felt. Like, what are you talking about? But he really did not like the necklace. He was like trying to be. It was like facetious conduct because he was like, take that off. Not that he didn't like it, but he was trying to say,
I got that. But now, okay, but the way that he said it, was he like helping you take it off, or what?
Because he did end up helping me take it off.
Oh, come on, baby. Come on.
It was very sweet. He got some brownie points for that, but he didn't last too much longer after that because he actually was crazy. So I had to let him go. Bless him. Bless his heart. Hope is, he was a really sweet guy, but it didn't work out for me.
I got you.
Diesel said, he's talking about his surprise. So he said, so I thought it was an event for my design company. The wife surprised me and brought my kids, sister, nephew, ex-husband down from New Jersey.
Yeah, Diesel's a female.
Okay, New Jersey to what's NC?
North Carolina
to celebrate. So I set up this event the whole day, not having a clue. I love that.
Yes.
That is so, to me, I think it's the effort behind the surprise, trying to make sure the person don't know. And I just think it's just so much fun to receive and to give. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think on both sides. And so I think now this is the truth. Do you guys find, because my thing on surprises, I'm not going to ask you 10,000 questions, but usually intuitively, I can tell you're trying to do a surprise because people start acting differently. And when they start acting differently, something's going on. So I have to say that more times than not, the people that have tried to do a surprise on me, I'm not surprised, but I act like I'm totally surprised. I act like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But I already knew.
Angie, let me see your surprise face again. Go ahead and do it.
I mean, I go all the way. Oh my God. And the whole time I already knew. I didn't know exactly what was up, but I had an idea. Then I had some people that were dastardly enough that they knew there was a surprise going on, but they went ahead and told me the surprise was coming to ruin the surprise for the people that were trying to surprise. Now that's a whole nother can of worms. But as far as just like the general, it'd be like, oh my God, oh. And it's like, but I, something down in my shanda already knew you were trying to surprise me.
Oh, wow. See, you're just too intuitive. That's what it is. You can feel it.
You can feel it. When people are acting differently, I think you can feel it.
Mm-hmm. I think it's good to, and I think I learned that from you too, because you used to always say, I think it's good to have surprises and celebrating your birthday and the holidays, but I remember you always to say, make every day like your birthday.
Yes.
And so I think that always kind of stayed with me. But I'm still learning that, because I will actually like literally plan for everything for my birthday and then, just have regular days. So I don't know. How do you keep it, like, how do you keep your days, your regular days exciting, or, feel like a celebration?
Shelly, how do you keep your time fresh and alive?
Yeah.
I feel like I just kind of focus on one moment at a time. I try not to get, I have my regular routine of things that like I must do daily, but I try not to get too caught up with like a system of how things go. I'm always trying to find new things to kind of draw my attention or draw the kids' attention and discover. So I just try not to get stuck in too much of a rhythm to where it's like, ugh, I feel like I'm in like a mold of life.
Okay.
I'm
Mel Holiday
constantly trying to
said,
find new things.
okay, that's what Mel Holiday kind of said. She said, do something different every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, do something different every day is where I'm at.
I don't know. My days, I definitely have days that don't feel like anything or anything special. Uh-oh.
Thank you, Nancy, for liking the stream.
Thank you. And guess what? We like you too. So
Yes.
thank you. And reboot. We rebooting today.
Come
But
on.
listen. I try to. Not every day for me is like a celebration, but I try to keep things like me. I try to joke around a lot. I don't try. I just do. I joke around a lot, even when there's nobody else in the room. I'm sitting here joking by myself. So I think that's how I would keep things like exciting and happy, or I might be dancing. Every once in a while. Actually, often I turn on the twerking music, or I try to learn salsa, or I always wanted to learn how the Brazilians do that dance. I think it's a samba.
Oh yeah, the belly dance. Oh yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. The cat said quit gyrating. The cat said you doing too much of that over there.
I'm about done with these cats. I'm about done with these. No, I'm just playing. This is my sister's cat. This is Kit. See, he trying to play. I can't play with him. But that's my sister's cat, so I'm babysitting the cat.
Isn't that beautiful?
Is it? It's beautiful. Thank
God. It looked like you're getting ready to take Kid out. That's what it looked like.
Listen,
there. It looked
I had to get good with him.
Getting ready to take her out. She said I like surprises as long as I don't end up with the bill.
Oh, who said that?
Sheila. Sheila said she likes surprises as long as she doesn't end up with the bill. I can't.
Now that's a surprise for you.
I'm not here with the see, and that would make it even worse.
At
that point, just don't even call me. Don't even talk to me. I don't know you anymore.
Shelly, folks forget their wallet sometimes. You drop your card sometimes. Okay. Oops. You just gonna cut the folk off like that, Shelly?
Yes. Exponentially, I'll cut you off.
The folks is gonna cash app you.
No.
Oh, see what I'm saying?
Listen, see what I'm
saying? Diesel said, I'm definitely a handful, so the wife don't know which me she gonna get each day. Diesel, me and you, the same folks. Because let me tell you, it's a lot of different versions up in here.
See.
That sounds like schizophrenia.
I mean, lightweight. It might lightweight be some type of I'm just kidding. I don't have schizophrenia, but it's like I don't know what it is. I do have a lot of personalities.
Well, I think in that regard, I like the idea that you can acknowledge all of the ways that you are multifaceted. So
Mhm.
I like to see it more as multifaceted versus schizophrenia, because I think a lot of times people don't explore the other parts of themselves. They just get stuck into this. This is me
Mhm.
right here. But
Come on, jack of all trades.
I'm just saying, there's a little bit of this in me. There's a little bit of that in me.
That
There's a little bit of the other in me.
so,
And we just get fast tracked into this one, this is me, but there's so many more parts to me. And that's what, most of the people that say that they know me do not know me. They don't know me
mm-mm,
at all.
mm-mm.
They really, really don't. They know me in a particular facet, but they don't know me in the other facets because they're never around me. Not because I don't show them, but they're never around me in those other facets. And so every time they see me in that facet. Their expectation is in that facet. And I'm like, there's so much more to me than that. And so, Lena, I love Diesel. I
Yep.
love the idea that you guys are not in this little box, that this is all you do and this is what you do every single time. I love people that have the ability to explore all of themselves. If all I see is this one piece of you and you're one dimensional, I'm not interested.
Yep. I
Well,
totally agree. I totally agree.
I don't even think I've uncovered the iceberg. I think I just got the tip open
Come on.
Mm.
because it's a lot. It's a lot going on. But you know what? I'm interested in a lot of different things. I want to express a lot of different stuff. I like accents, and when I get into an accent, I'm a totally listen.
We know Jamaica man.
Okay, Jamaica, I get into it, and it's a real part of me. Even though I have been to Jamaica, but you know, listen, I love that. What about you guys? So, do you guys have our viewers? Do y'all have different sides? Do you feel like you just kind of one person all the way around? What is it? Because I think, and this might be an issue actually, because I feel like I compartmentalize myself a little bit. So around certain people, I'm going to be a certain way, and around other people, I'm going to be a certain way.
Yep.
Sure.
I am too. What you said you're a Sagittarius?
Sagittarius.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
know
like I
what.
do the same. I kind of not that I like tone myself down, but I definitely give the parts of myself that I feel are palatable when I'm with like different people. Like if I'm with like work people, you're not gonna get full blown Shelly. As a matter of fact,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go find you on social media before you find me, and I'm gonna block you before you even have a chance to look at my profile because we're not even friends like that. We're not cool. We're not no. Um,
Oh, see.
so so I do have not friends. Obviously, all of my friends get all of this, but like work people and like church people, I feel like I have to kind of give not like a different me, but just omissions.
Filters. Filtered.
Yes,
Filters, yeah.
filters
Filtered.
of who I am.
Mel Holiday said, I don't take life seriously anymore. King Coogee said, I'm me everywhere, but I'm chill at times. And
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
Nancy Jackson said there are definitely several parts to who I am. So I think
Yep.
we kind of all in the same boat, we all kind of I like me, like I use profanity, but I don't cuss around my mama, and I usually probably am not gonna cuss around older folks unless they cuss a lot too.
Me
So
too. That's
but
how I
it
am.
yeah, but if most people knew how much I cuss, like if I'm just by myself or to myself, y'all be like, God dog. All of that, it's
I
like
know.
two regular words and the rest is cuss words. So
My dad added me on Snapchat, and he's like, every 3 snaps, he's like, "Stop cussing. Why do you need to cuss? You
mm,
didn't even need to cuss
mm.
right here,
You need to get
sir.
off my
Go back to
Snapchat, sir.
Facebook. Go back
There
to
you go.
Facebook or Instagram because this
That's
is
me too,
Snapchat
Shelly.
is real and raw."
Yes, I'm gonna be ratchet on Snapchat, 100%. I don't even post on Facebook,
Mhm.
but on Snapchat, oh yeah, we're gonna be ratchet on Snapchat. I don't know
Even
why.
sometimes on Facebook, he's like, "Take this down. What did you post this for? What did you share this for?" And I'm like,
Mm-mm. You can put.
"Deacon, you got to go somewhere else, Deacon."
Listen, this ain't church. You
Hey,
can put. It's not. We don't have to be saved and sanctified on Snapchat, okay? Now, on Sunday, I'm going to tell the folks, bless the Lord, all my soul. But on Monday through Saturday, if I need to cuss somebody out or whatever, that's what we're going to do. So,
Mhm.
Nancy said people like to put you in a box and not afford you the privilege to grow and do/be someone else.
They
So,
absolutely do.
So
No,
let
they
me ask you
absolutely
this
do.
question, ladies, because both of you are fluent and fluid cussers, which I don't have a
hey,
problem with that.
yeah.
Do you
Mhm.
feel judged by people because you cuss? Do you feel judged by people because you cuss?
Sometimes,
Definitely. Because me,
yeah,
see,
yeah.
I
Sometimes certain people.
certain people.
Hmm.
What about your peers? Do you find that your peers look at you and judge you, or no?
Like
Or is it
people my age?
yes?
No, never.
It depends on who it is.
I've really. You've had somebody judge you like our age?
Well, see, what happens with me is that I think maybe I've had a personality change because um people are always surprised by how I am now than what I used to be. So I used to
Hmm.
not cuss. I started cussing around 21. So I used to not
What?
cuss. Yeah, I used to
Stop it.
cuss. Listen, this is what happened. I used to cuss when I was a kid. And then in fifth grade, I actually personally gave my life to the Lord and I got baptized or whatever. And that's
In
when I
fifth
said,
grade?
I'm gonna stop cussing because it ain't right. I thought it wasn't right. And then when I turned 21, so I didn't cuss from fifth grade all the way up to 21. And then when I turned 21, I was like, you know what? Cussing feels good to me.
It
Okay, cussing
does.
blesses my spirit. It touches
Mm-hmm.
my soul, helps
Yeah.
me express what I want to express. So I
Mm-hmm.
started cussing. But like my sister, if I cuss around my sister too much, she'd be like, "Why are you cussing?" Because she's not used to me cussing, and
Mm-hmm.
so and that happens like if I have friends that I used to have, and they see me now, they be like, "Who is this person?" And I'm like, Marlena.
I love
That's
it.
who it. That's who it is. So, but
Uh-huh.
I will tailor myself around
Please
certain people.
absolve yourself of the version of me that you knew 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago because I'm
Yeah,
no longer her. I've
I
had
am
growth,
not
and me using a different vocabulary does not mean that I have any sort of lack in intelligence.
at
Like,
all.
I can throw an F bomb, an S bomb, or whatever bomb, and I'm still the same intellectual person that you know. I get a little lazy with my words sometimes.
But I
Hmm.
don't think people see it as an intelligence issue. I think people see it as a spiritual issue. And let me just, for clarity's sake, and for everybody listening and watching, that's not me. That's not where I
Yeah,
am.
yeah.
But I think typically what you get from most people is a religious element that at the end of the day, if you use any level of profanity, what we call profanity, that you have a spiritual issue and a spiritual void. So how do you feel about that mindset?
I completely disagree.
I just wonder, what when did these words get, you know,
Demonized.
when did people decide that these words were bad?
Yeah.
That's what my wonder is. I don't think that, cussing can keep you from being spiritually awakened or whatever. I don't think it has anything to do with how spiritual you are or how close you are to God. Um, but I know that we consider that because I thought in the fifth grade, I thought cussing was a sin. I literally stopped.
Hmm.
So I think it's just I don't think it, if I went to church and the pastor was cussing on the pulpit, I don't think I would really be affected. I'll probably laugh because I think it's funny because it's abnormal. But I don't think I'll be like, he ain't as close to God as I thought he was. I probably wouldn't think that. So I
I
don't know
think
where
for
that
me,
mindset.
that kind of depends on the context. I see where you're
Mhm.
going, and I do agree that cussing is not like Nancy just said in the chat, cussing's not a sin. Um, so Jameis has my phone and he's commenting on the YouTube. I think he meant to say, "Tell Aunt Jean I said hi."
Hi, Davis.
Oh.
That is my baby. I love, love, love from
That is
James. That
too
is my
cute.
darling. Hi, James. Everybody say hi to James. That's my
Hi, Jameis.
let
Hey,
me see my
baby.
baby. Oh, I'm jealous.
Jameis, get off of YouTube.
That's funny. Jameis ain't playing. I said, tell Aunt Jean. I said, hi now.
Right.
Sugar Wing doing it. Come on in here. But I mean, really, I'm really, this is a different mindset for millennials versus the generations before you because, oh my God, any level of profanity is just like total separation from God, and you're looking at people with side eye. Do you feel like that's still the way it is?
I do want to say this because I used to do these people hair, and it was a mom and her sister lived with her, and the husband, and they had like 6 kids. They had 4 girls and 2 boys. And the mom and the husband, they were ministers, they were pastors, like traveling pastors. And I will say that I was there doing one of the girls' hair, and the mom was trying to help the boys clean up their room, but they really wasn't helping her, and she was getting frustrated, and you know, she said, I think she said damn, or she might have used the N word. And when she said that, it did, I guess it did like make me like look at her like, I thought you was a pastor. But I don't think that I just think it was abnormal. I don't think that she's even a less of a minister or can like is less spiritual, but it did like make me notice it. And I was like, that's interesting. So maybe I still kind of have those ideas kind of still subconsciously a little bit, but like consciously, purposefully, I don't think that that's really a something that you can measure, presence with God in your life with.
No,
But
I don't. I
subconsciously.
don't. I do obviously know that like cuss words are cuss words for a reason. Like they're vulgar. I shouldn't say harsh because they're not always harsh, but they're vulgar. So I think just out of respect, I don't know if I want to see like my pastor cussing in the pulpit every Sunday, but context matters. Like if he's using the words in a manner that are like helping me understand or drawing my attention into the topic, like I'm all for it. um but I feel like you have to kind of be selective almost with who you cuss around, not because like you're less of a Christian or less of a spiritualist if you're cussing, but simply because some people genuinely are like clutching their pearls and they're like, oh, I can't, like, they almost can't understand you if you're not speaking
Hmm.
without curse words.
Cool. So
That's interesting.
there
I
is a preacher called the Cussing Pastor. Would you all go to his church? And he's no,
definitely
he just cusses.
hundred
And
percent.
you would go to his church and feel
I
very
would
comfortable.
def I would definitely go and see how it is and see how I feel and see what he's teaching.
Yeah,
Because
he
if
is
you
good.
cussing and really giving it to us the actual word and I'm feeling fed or whatever, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna be there. And Kurt Franklin gonna come and sing. He gonna say, "Put your mother hands up," because y'all heard he was cussing. We talked
He,
about this on the
he was
other podcast,
he was cussing.
and I just love that Kurt Franklin is a seasoned cusser. I don't know what it is. I just love that about him, and I just want to put the cuss words in all his songs.
Uh,
So that's how I feel.
Now, Rebel Inc. You saw she knows the cussing pastor, and I mean I'm not making this up. There's a guy out on the internet named the cussing pastor. The cussing pastor has a multitude of members, and the cussing pastor does all kinds of community work. I mean, this
Mhm.
brother and the people are out there making a difference in the community where they live. And this is a
Mhm.
hot issue that people are totally offended that he's a cussing preacher, but he's doing stuff that speaking in tongue preachers are not doing and not doing in the community. So I'm like, so what's the issue here?
This is how I feel. If the person is doing what they're supposed to be doing, what's the problem? And then we all cuss at home. So most people do cuss at home, but just at church they don't
I was
cuss.
just about to say that. Like some of these, and I say so-called Christians because it's not Christian to judge someone and because of the language that they use. So some of these so-called Christians, they take any opportunity to try to say, "Oh, look at you," like, "Oh, you're less than me," like put the spotlight on someone else.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Janae's right. He actually says nice things and good stuff. It's not like his whole thing, but it's just the fact of the matter that he's made it clear up front and center. I'm gonna cuss. And so I'm not gonna I'm not just here cussing to cuss, but I'm not gonna change my vocabulary and how I would say and word a thing just because I cuss. So yes, Janae, he does say some actually nice things, and they do a whole lot of community work. I just love it. I love it. And like Rashida said, she loves him. He's off the chain, and he speaks some truth that people really don't want to hear. So
King
Right.
Coogee said he can use anybody. So what? So we think. Sorry, he said he could use anybody. So what we think about a person doesn't even matter. I'm just saying.
come
And
on with
I
it.
think this is I think this is where we're all moving to, right? The whole everything, like all the facade and everything needs to just come down, and we just need regular people, and we just need people doing what it is they feel like they're called to do, and nothing else. And
Yep.
then, me personally, I think that we have this double standard for people who are in leadership, pastors, deacons, or whatever, and they should be held to this standard, and everybody else is held to this standard. And I just think that that's, it's not, it hadn't worked. It didn't work in the past. And so we need to not bring that here in the future, right where we are. We need to
But
start
here's the
thinking.
thing: in the past, when they were holding leaders up here, all they were focusing on was their image. This man could be sleeping around with women in the church, gambling away the church's offering, whatever and whatever, whatever, behind the shadows. But because he looks good, sounds good out front, oh, we're going to hold him up here. I think that we should hold leaders a little bit above the rest of the congregation, but for what's in their heart, because they had a true calling, because they do have a purpose for the word, and they are trying to lead people. And you can cuss and do that. You can be the cussing pastor and lead people in the right direction and teach people how they feel they need to be taught.
Right.
But in the past, what the church has done was, as long as you look good, sound good, you're the pastor and you can be up here. We don't care what you're doing in the shadows as long as you keep it in the shadows.
Mm-hmm. And
So
I think
I think that we should have that pedestal, but for what people have in their heart.
I also think for people who don't do crazy stuff, behind closed doors and not necessarily sleeping with people, like people who, want to be at this level and actually be there for folks, but also not put them, because I think that when you say, oh, this is the pastor, oh, the pastor's over here, the pastor prays for us, the pastor does this, but the pastor don't have a life outside of that. I think that puts that pastor in a box. And I think a lot of clergy probably feel very, lonely and don't have
Isolated, yeah.
community in the way that they should. And so
Yeah.
I think it's important for us to see that everybody is human. It don't matter what you do. You could be the Pope, you could be the top, whatever. We have these ideas and still be a human, and just like we all need to be on the same playing field. That's what I think.
I
Yeah,
love
I
Yeah.
feel that.
I love
Mm-hmm.
it.
I can feel that too.
I
Mm-hmm.
love it.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it.
For sure.
I
Yeah.
love it.
We got a lot of comments.
It's
Let me
it's
see.
I know. I was just reading them. Diesel said that. I think she's talking about the cussing. Oh wait, I think she's talking about the cussing pastor. She said that's why people are so against him. If he's winning souls for Christ, all that shouldn't matter. But we live in a world where it does. It's a modern day version of the class system. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately that's where we have been stuck in. We have to break that mold
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
And I truly, and you know what, y'all might not think so, but I think it kind of still go back to, you know, when you look a certain way when you go out the house, you get your nails done and
yeah.
all of that. We have these ideas of what dope or beautiful or what we should look like when we come out the house, and we create this person, and it's great and it's beautiful, but also, us just ourselves without anything else is also beautiful and is also
Hmm.
great, and
Mhm.
can do
That is a
everything
word.
that the enhanced person can do. I can go out with my natural hair with nothing, no makeup on, no nails, looking kind of crazy. I don't, I ain't got a girdle on. I don't have the Nikes on. I got some slides on. I can go out and do the exact same thing that I was going to do without all that stuff, you know?
Mm.
So I think it's important to understand that, and I think it all kind of plays together. And we just got to get out here and live, and not put people in, not look at people differently,
Yeah,
Hmm.
for sure. I like that. I like how you swung that back around because those two things do kind of correlate.
They do.
Do
Exactly.
it.
It's about image and perception and what
Yep.
people take away from that. But at the end of the day, either this or that, I'm still who I am. I'm still just as beautiful. I'm
Hmm.
still just as powerful. I'm still just as a dynamic or whatever you want to put to that. And it really is not dependent on the trappings. And really, language is just another trapping if we really get down to it. And if
Hmm.
I tell the truth, I promise you, I know a whole lot of cussing preachers. They just don't cuss in front of y'all.
Well,
Per.
I'm serious. So it's a matter. I remember I was completely blown away. I was a chaplain at the hospital. And so we had to come together and sit down and talk. And I mean, these are some of the most astute, some of the most well-known pastors in the city. I mean, just blah, 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 blah. I got in the car and them folk got to cussing. I was like, what? I was clutching pearls, not because I was judging them. I was just so shocked. I was just so,
we can cuss.
I was so shocked. This one pastor talking about listen, a church fired him, and when they fired him, he trashed the parsonage. Trashed the parsonage. He actually graffitied it, sat on the porch, and drank a case of beer and drove off. I was like,
Now, Jesus,
OMG. He
what
was
is
going
going
through it.
on?
but at the same time, and when you guys talk about being able to have, he was gangster,
He
baby.
was a gangster.
He was gangster.
He was. He wasn't playing with them folks.
He was
At
that
all.
man was like goodbye, good riddance. You wasn't all that in a bag of chips, no how. I was like, oh my
Wow. This man.
God. I mean, those are real stories. So go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
no. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, people be looking at folks and making all of these judgments and assessments and da. But sometimes when the rubber meets the road and these jokers get out here, they look and act just like everybody else acts.
Just like everybody else.
And so at the end of the day, like you said, whether it's the clothes, whether it's you get your nails, whatever, same. It's the same.
Wait, I can see myself riding by and I see somebody graffitiing the church. Is that Pastor Billigan over there? Pastor that graffiti the church.
The parsonage. He said.
I love it. Wait, I want to say this. Because we had a comment. I think it's Shauna Cunningham. She said, "Beauty should wait. Well, yeah, she said beauty should be for you, which is purpose." I really like that.
That
And
is
then
so
also-
true. It's Shanna. That's my mommy, Shanna.
Shanna. Oh, hi. Okay. She also said, "Do not be do not be confined by the small things, for I have sought greatness for you."
Okay.
And so I just want to say that I love that. Yeah.
Okay.
So we gotta let it go. Now, if y'all see Pastor over there, graffiti in the church, and he done got a chair, sat on there, and popped open a Bud Light. Don't judge Pastor. He's going through right now. Okay. He's got
Listen,
to
that ain't none of my
thing.
business.
I'm gonna laugh. I'll be like, "Is that Pastor Cunningham?" No, I'm just playing. I'm gonna say that, but I'm going to also be like, if I need some help, I'll still call him and be like, "Hey, can you pray for me?" That is hilarious.
I'm gonna be like, word, Pastor. Okay.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
it.
So y'all lost Pastor Blissett. He said no, he can't do the profanity. No, he can't do it. He just got here. He can't handle the profanity.
Oh, Jesus.
Damon Blissett. He's a pastor. Damon Blissett. And that's okay. It's not a negative.
I think it's a generation too, because I don't know how old he is, but I think that it means different things, like to us than to what back then.
Give us some. We need some background on that, Damon. Why are you opposed to the profanity?
And he's going to respond. I'm gonna jump in. He said he's 47. Okay. So I'm gonna jump in here because I remember, and this is the truth. I remember when we were so taught hell and damn and damnation. It was like you almost, as even reading the scripture, you almost didn't want to say hell. you almost didn't want to say damned or damnation because those are cuss words. And so, it's a whole nother mindset that was so rigidly fixed. I mean, indoctrinated, that it's like, and then of course I love this. I just want to F him. Or then the people that spell it out, F-U-C. And what's the difference between using
the
the first
letter and the full word? And what's the difference between saying something like, if you try to say a different word, but we know that it's a cuss word?
Right.
What's the difference between that and saying the cuss word? Nothing.
Well, and see, my mom was like, you couldn't, that's what she called cousins kin. So with my mom, you couldn't say dang, you couldn't say shoot, you couldn't say dog, you couldn't
Hot
say
dog.
any of that. You couldn't say, because all of that could have been implemented, put a DAMN in there, and you just couldn't do it. So I think you have to deal with that whole mindset and understanding that there are many, many, many people that it just really have a problem.
Yeah, I think that it reminds me of corporate America and how they have this idea of what a professional person looks like, and so you model yourself when you're at work to look professional, to be seen as professional. And I think it's the same thing with being a Christian or being considered holy. You have this idea of what it means to be holy, what it means to be Christian. And I think what has happened is, I think we've kind of got a little sidetracked with what it looks like and what it actually is. And so I think that it's look, Shauna Cunningham, she says she wants to be on the podcast. Call in.
Call in. Call in.
Yeah, express yourself. But I just think that we've gotten to a place where that stuff doesn't matter. People are in so I think a lot of people are in a lot of turmoil right now, and we cannot be worried about what we look like or a cuss word. Like, what? I mean, I don't understand, what is that going to do? Like, we need to be worried about getting people in healthy mind spaces and healthy spiritual places, and whatever the person looks like that does that. Because if you really want to get to it, when you're going through, the person who's actually helping you is usually not a holy person. It's usually somebody that you're close to, and they're going to help you through this issue. But I just think we need to get away from the stuff that doesn't matter and focus on what does matter. So somebody who has, a face full of tattoos can come to me and help me with my depression, as opposed to somebody over here who don't want me to cuss to even be able to talk to them. I'm gonna go to the dude with tattoos. So, I'm tired of that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm tired of it.
Yeah, and if nothing else, 2020 and 2021 have been like a crash course on life. Everybody, you just had to collect whatever pieces you had and make it work, because things happen so rapidly in this pandemic that we had to figure it out. And I'm low key appreciative for it, because there were so many companies that I would see on like LinkedIn and different job site like profiles, where it would be like, oh no, you can't do this job from home. You can't do this job from home. No, you have to come into the office. There's no way you could possibly do this job from home. Yep. And then boom, March 2020 hits. Yeah, you can do every job from home. Our whole office is at home. Nobody's in the office. To this day, no one goes into my dad's office. Like they all work from home, every single one of them. They had just for the purpose of him picking up his birthday gift, they had him come into the office one day, like the day after his birthday, to pick up his birthday gift. And then that was it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it was really a crash course on how to just collect the pieces, stop thinking that you have to be perfect to move forward, and go do it.
And it was the right environment for it, right? It's a totally new environment with this COVID stuff. So I think that played. I mean, that's the thing. You have the right environment for this type of work, and now we're going to go do that. I think it's the same for this whole idea of what people look like, and should you cuss, should you not cuss, are you Christian, are you whatever. It's a different environment now. So because I feel like if you go to these new kids and you tell these new kids, don't be cussing or whatever, they're gonna be like, they're not gonna be listening too much, you know.
Mhm.
So you just gotta kind
Mhm.
of what is your objective? Is it to look a certain way and to get people in line in a certain way, or is it to help the folks? You know what I'm saying? That's
Mhm.
how
Yeah.
I feel. That's how I feel.
Damon said in the comments, I heard years ago that if you need to use profanity, then you need to expand your vocabulary. I didn't get that in the
Hmm.
church.
Hmm.
I've heard
That's
that
what I
too,
heard.
and it's
That's what I
not
heard.
a church thing. I don't think that it's true though. I have a profound vernacular, and I feel like
Come on.
I use the words that I want to use in certain
Uh-huh.
situations. Obviously, if I'm in like a career space or if I'm in like an educational space, I'm going to trim my vocabulary to fit the space that I'm in. However, when I'm hanging with friends, I don't need to use, you know, the hugest words that I know. I want to use words that are going to get my point across in the most simple manner, and that just is what it is.
Hmm. Hmm.
I've never, people always said that, like, oh, if you, there's another word you could use besides the cuss word. And I'm not mocking you, Damon. I apologize. That was a little rude, but I'm not mocking you, but I've always heard that. And I'm just like, there's nothing wrong with my vocabulary. I just don't want to use those words right now.
Hmm.
Call in, Crazy Berry Town. Call in. I got you. Put the number down here again, Crazy Berry Town. Because now this is the beautiful thing. I'm not gonna let Crazy Berry. I'm not gonna put all her business in the street. However, I do want to say that she's got a whole lot going for her that people do not know and understand. She has vocabulary and she also has language and she's also spiritual. So if she wants to call in and say a little something, something, I think she probably represents the perfect defiance to that statement because she's got all of the above and then some, but she still uses language.
Hmm.
So, and I respect her to the utmost. And so, how we got here
Yes.
was from the point of you both saying that you use a lot of profanity, but you do it in
Mm-hmm.
different
A
places.
lot.
And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just really, she said she's gonna call it.
Yeah,
Gonna
you
call him and
should.
cuss.
Just say it on out there.
So in the interest of getting Damon's entire perspective, because I really do want to hear the opposite end of this conversation, someone who does not agree with profanity. Just a brief synopsis of what we've talked about so far. We are basically in the conversation of, does profanity make you any less godly or spiritual? Because I use profanity, does that mean that for whatever reason I'm less of a Christian or less of a spiritual believer? Does it remove me from Christ? And also in society, does it mean that I am lesser than? That's kind of, I mean, not kind of, that's exactly what we've been talking about, Damon. So I want to hear what someone else thinks that doesn't, whose thoughts aren't in line with ours.
Mhm. Yes,
I
please.
have somebody on the line. Who do I have on the line?
This is Shanna, Shelly's mom.
All right, go right ahead, Shanna. Welcome to reBOOT. Go right ahead.
Thank you. So, like, Shelly's 27. I'm 45.
Yo, what are you doing? Can we edit that? Can we edit that?
She's telling your age.
Wow.
That's what mothers do. They tell you.
Yeah, that's her baby.
Goodness gracious.
Let me explain something to you. I am not ashamed of my age
Amen.
because I am glowing. I am professional.
Yes.
I am sufficient. I am black girl magic. Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
So my perspective when it comes to the pastoral position and what they are contributing to our society is, I do believe it's okay to cuss. Because even in my life right now, I am having difficulty with people accepting what I call my form of professionalism. And it does come back to what your belief system is and whoever your pastor is and whoever is the church leader that you choose to pursue. Listen, at the end of the day, we are all human. Okay? If he's my pastor, he is still human. God has blessed him with the aspects and the attributes to teach me something from the word of God that I might have not been knowledgeable to before. Okay? So then that becomes my growth system. That becomes my growing platform. And that becomes my dynamic in which I choose to be inspired by the Lord God. Right?
Mhm.
Okay? So if my pastor cusses, am I supposed to judge him by that? Did God not say 7 times 7 times 7?
I got you. I got you.
Am I too loud?
I think they can hear. We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
So can we not get into the word of what our pastors are trying to attribute to us through their leadership? Right?
Come on.
Right.
Come on.
Okay. So if I come to you and I say that I'm trying to reinforce something that I see in our community that is at a disadvantage, and I want to contribute to that, if I have to use cuss words, am I wrong for that?
No,
I'm gonna
absolutely
say
not.
no.
Where is the voice of the Bible or of the testimony in that it says that he is not capable of doing that? When God healed the masses and the church questioned him about how he did it or who he was, did he not still do it?
Come on.
So
Still did.
that's where I come into the conversation of, yes, the Bible might not tell us everything or might not tell us all the details of how he did it, but he did it, right?
Come on. Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
who are we to be judged? Who are we to throw the first stone? Who are we to not forgive 7 times 7 times 7?
Yeah.
I
So
appreciate
I
you.
love that we are actually having this communication. Something that I feel that has been severely lost in our communities today is grace and mercy.
Come on. Come on.
Where do we get the opportunity to give someone who has misstepped grace and mercy? Where do we not give someone in our community that has misstepped and may need help forgiveness?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because in order to forgive, we have to forgive first, right?
Come on. Yes.
We
Right.
have to be the contributors to the grace and mercy that we want to perceive. So if we do not
Absolutely.
give grace and mercy to our communities first and to our pastors first, our leaders who have given themselves unto the preaching and the knowing and the understanding of God, if we can't give them that grace and mercy first, then who are we?
Come on.
Right.
And what exactly are we learning? What exactly are we teaching? What exactly are we contributing? If you cannot forgive me for my failures first, then how can I expect my pastor to deliver and receive and be able to be his preaching to be received if he cusses out of passion, or if he delivers a message that may hurt you internally? Who am I? Who am I as an individual receiving this from my pastor if I don't give grace and mercy first?
Okay.
Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Love you. Mad love to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Absolutely appreciate it. Have a super day. Well, ladies, you heard her perspective and what she had to say.
Yes. I'm gonna
Yeah, I
agree
think
with
it pretty much aligns with what we're all saying.
Yeah.
You have to be able to understand that the language doesn't matter. The delivery, I feel like, does not matter. The message matters.
The message.
Okay.
Now
And
I do
anybody, not just the preacher, but the pew members, the everybody. It's the message that matters.
the
So that
ushers.
The message is
we're
what
talking
matters.
about everybody here. Go ahead, Lena. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just going the ushers, the choir members. I was just gonna say, yeah, everybody.
There was a
Now,
couple good messages while she was talking. Crazy
mm,
Berrytown said Jesus was a rebel in his day, which yes. I feel deep down in my shondo that he may have slipped a curse word in there along the way. He absolutely did. He
I could see
absolutely
him.
did.
I could see
And
him
then
saying a little
Damon,
something.
right, Damon elaborated on his point. He says, using or not using profanity, that is my choice or an individual's choice. As far as children mentioned earlier, it's the example put before them. My son has an example, but he has to make that choice.
Okay.
That's
I'm
true.
not sure what
Now,
you mean by that. My son has an example, but he has to make that choice.
I think he's saying him as the example for his son.
Right.
Even though he
Ah,
doesn't use
okay.
profanity,
Right.
you would think that his son wouldn't use profanity, but he has to make that choice as he gets older.
Right.
I mean,
Correct, correct.
that's exactly my mother and my sister and me. My mother does not use profanity. I've never heard my mother cuss. The only time I've heard her say anything close to a cuss word is she said pissed one time. And she was talking to me and Marshana. We was talking too much, whatever. That was a long
Mhm.
time ago. I've never heard my mother cuss, and she's like a best friend to me. So and then so I had that example. So I didn't use profanity for a while. But my sister, she also doesn't use profanity. I've never heard my sister cuss. I've heard her cuss one time. She said damn because I left the key and we had to sit on the porch for an hour or two till mama got home. And she said, you the one that left the damn key. And I was like,
You made her mad.
I ain't never heard Marshonda cuss. I ain't never heard her cuss. And I'm 20. How am I? I'm 28. My sister's just turned 30. Never heard her cuss. So it is going to
Listen.
be that son's decision. You are the example, but in life we have more examples than just our parents. So you have to kind of decide what and who you're going to be in life. Now,
Mm.
I think we all kind of pretty much is on the same page about it. You really want to pay attention to the person's message or anybody. You want to pay attention to the person's heart and what they're giving, as opposed to what they look like and if they cuss or whatever. I feel like that's the facade, and we kind of are trying to get away from that. And
Mm.
I just want to kind of end this discussion on this comic from, I think it's Chick Nwing Donnie. Am I saying that right?
Chicken
Donnie?
wing. Chicken wing.
Oh, Jesus. Chicken wing. I jacked that all the way
Chicken
up.
wang, chicken wang.
I jacked that all the way up. Chicken wing Donnie. It said, I agree with what you said. This was from earlier. But they said, I agree with what you said. It's funny. I know a brother who murdered some people and changed his life. He doesn't go to church, but he is a good personality. And I know somebody who's in the church heavily, but do the most devilish things. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just think that's a testament to, you want to make sure people are going to be people. People are going to make mistakes. And people should have the opportunity, like what our caller in Miss Shauna said,
The grace and
grace and
mercy.
mercy, and be able to be the person and grow and be a better person. And you got to watch some of the people who call themselves holy, because they be in church and holy, and you'll be like, yeah, and then you open up one of them closed doors, and you be like, oh wow, okay, this is a facade.
Mm.
So want to be careful about that. So we all kind of got the same thinking and knowing on that. um,
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank everybody for commenting. I want to do turn that thing around. Okay. This is our
Mm.
last segment, but I want us to kind of put a little twist on it. Okay. So to our viewers, to the chat, this is what we're going to do for turn that thing around today. Okay. You guys send us send us ideas or instances where we have to turn that thing around. So we're going to listen to
Mm-hmm.
you guys today. If you have any ideas, I want you to comment on there and put on there what you think we can kind of comment on to turn a situation around. It could be in your life. If it's something you're dealing with personally, you can give us like
Mm-hmm.
a something that you heard about, an article or something that you heard about how to turn that thing around. But shoot us some ideas. What you got? Yeah,
I love
this is
that. And while the people are typing, I
yes.
have
Type.
one that I found on
Oh,
Instagram this week. It was not me, but this blew my mind. And I'm like, I have to read this on the podcast and see what everyone thinks. Okay.
Shelly, I'm ready. We ready.
So my husband sorry. The first sentence is just wild.
I love it.
My husband is mourning his dead mistress.
Oh,
3 months ago, the woman who he was
wait.
having an affair with died suddenly from an accident. I found out about the affair only 2 days after her funeral.
Uh,
I thought she was simply a coworker, and I was wondering why my husband was so disturbed and emotional. He quit his job,
what?
saying it was too traumatic to go to work. She was in the early weeks of pregnancy when she died, and my husband doesn't know whether he or her husband was the father. So on top of everything, he's also grieving for a baby which may have been his. I find it extremely difficult to be emotionally supportive when he wakes up at 3 a.m. crying and trembling, yet I don't have the heart to yell at him like I want to. He says she's dead, so there's no reason for me to feel jealous or threatened, and asks for my understanding as he grieves. We've barely talked these last 3 weeks because I don't know how to respond to my husband when he cries and says he misses her and wishes she were here. Then also how much he loves me and that he never intended to leave me. I asked him to visit a marriage therapist together, and he said he's not ready
What?
to work on our marriage
What?
and thinks he needs to see a grief therapist instead. Do I need to give him time to mourn the loss of his mistress, or should I demand he focus on our marriage?
Listen.
This is why you cuss. This is why
Jesus Christ.
This is why you cuss.
This is
because
where cussing was.
what?
This is where it was invented, right here. What in the what? Kelly, are you asking me to turn this thing around?
Turn it around.
David said, no turning that around. What the?
No,
Listen,
turn it around.
listen. Who am I? Am I the husband? Am I the dead mistress? Am I the wife? Which one am I? I need to know.
You're the wife.
Girl.
You're the wife.
First of all,
I got a shade on that. I got a shade.
Jesus. What? What's the shade? Oh, look, AG put her shades in. What the heck? Listen, you had a mistress and the woman was pregnant. You don't quit your goddamn. Can I gotta cuss. You don't quit your goddamn job for this one. Because I thought you said you wasn't leaving the marriage. You quit that job, you leaving the marriage because you're not gonna be paying these bills. I'm so confused. Listen, I would be so upset with this man. I would be so upset. Wake me up at 3 a.m. crying because your mistress is gone on to glory. Wake me up.
I literally laughed.
Wake me
is this a
before
joke?
No.
I was like, I would be like, cry again, cuz. Cry again for that woman. Cry again for her. Cry again for her. I would be so upset. Okay, Jesus, turn this around. This is something right here.
You gotta turn it around.
Cut instead of cuss. Somebody about to get cut. Somebody
First
about
of
to
all,
get a knife.
What I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna tell that man, you grieving. I'm grieving too. Okay. I'm grieving the idea of having a faithful husband because you don't know. You done got a whole nother family over here at work. You ain't making money. You making babies over here, cuz. First of all, I would be like, I'm going to sit him down and I'm going to cuss him smooth out. I'm going to cuss him out for about an hour. Okay? Because I got so much aggression going on inside of me that I just need to get it out. Look here, you bald headed. I would just go in on him. Okay? That's just that. Okay, turn this thing around. Okay, I'm getting confused. Turn it around. Woo! I would make it mandatory for him to come to if I wanted to stay in a marriage. First of all, I would probably just get on up out that marriage. But if I wanted to stay in the marriage, I would make it mandatory to go to. I don't care who you grieving for. We're going to marriage counseling, okay? Because you done had a whole affair and a whole baby on top of me. And I'm over here
talking about some grief counseling. You better grief your way about.
I'm bragging to my friends how you such a good man and all of this. Now you ain't got no job. You had a mistress. She had a baby. Now I'm trying to be your support system for the mistress dying. You should have kept that to yourself. You kept the whole thing to yourself. You should have kept that to yourself, cuz.
If men don't have nothing else, they got the audacity. You came in this house crying over another woman?
We fighting, cuz. We fighting. I'm sorry, I keep saying cuz. We fighting. I'm done. Listen, okay, I gotta turn this thing around.
Fighting.
This was rough. I gotta turn this thing around. First of all, it's gonna be mandatory to go to marriage counseling. Okay. Now I would not be able to be his support system. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna have to go ahead. You and Jesus gonna have to grieve by yourself because I can't deal with it. You wake up in the middle of the night calling out some other woman's name. It's gonna be a wrap. I'm gonna be done. Okay. So you wasn't gonna leave me. I might have to leave you. So I'm going to. This is how I'm gonna turn around. I keep getting that thing. I'm going to go to marriage counseling. I'm not going to be his emotional support system for this thing.
Nope.
And I'm going to see if we can work it through. And if we can't, then I'm going to get a divorce. And I'm going to work on myself and just be by myself. But if we can work it through, if he actually like learns that what he did was definitely very, very, very wrong, and he's like come to obviously he's a little off, because if he thinks that it's okay now because the mistress has passed away, that's crazy. But I would go to marriage counseling. I would see if he could come to, Jesus and get it completely correct. If not, if he still got the wrong ideas, I'm out that sucker. You know what? Because you know what? This just showed me. Because you know what? If the mistress never went on to Jesus, I wouldn't have never known about this woman. And
I'd have never known. I'd have been completely clueless. So that's why, we can turn it around. I agree with Damon though.
What he said?
Like we got to shut it down. Separation.
David, he commented again. He said, "Stop it. There is no turnaround." Listen, there's a lot of people who have been in marriages who have dealt with infidelity.
This is true.
This is a lot of marriages, and a lot of
there are
and children, and finding other children, and people continue with marriages, and they work it out, and it's actually people who actually work the issues out to where there's no more infidelity in the marriage. So I do think that there is an option here. I just think it's going to take a lot of everything. A lot what Ms. Cunningham said earlier. A lot of grace, a lot of mercy, a lot of Jesus, a lot of cussing. You're gonna have to fight that man just to get your aggression out, and it's just gonna be a lot. But if you feel like it's worth it, if he doesn't want to leave the marriage, if you don't want to leave the marriage, then y'all try to work it out with a marriage counselor. It's like that. That's what I think. And then I would, that's the turnaround. You would have never known about it if the lady didn't die, because he never said anything until his grief got a hold of him. So that's a good thing. Now you know that there's infidelity in your marriage. And then, if he says he doesn't actually want to leave the marriage, then y'all can work on it. That's what I think. This is what I say. From 2005 to 2010, he had infidelity. I feel like from 2010 to 2020, you can have your fun. And then after 2020, 2021 and over, y'all just by yourselves and y'all in that marriage. That's what I think. He did his, you do a little bit of yours, and then y'all get it together. That's what I think. That's how you turn that
one. I can feel that. That one was unnamed. I have no idea who posted that. It was posted anonymously in one of my Instagram groups or whatever.
Chicken Wing said, "Man, keep it 100. The turnaround is turn around and walk your butt out that door." Listen. It seems that way. It seems that way, but y'all, the vows say till death do you part, in health and sickness. And obviously that man was sick in his mind with that woman and that baby. Obviously. So you the vows, you took the vows, you wrote the contract, you signed the marriage license. At least try to work it out. At least try. That's what I think. So I want you guys to. Did anybody comment? Because I didn't even read it. I'm so distraught from that, Shelly. That was. I'm like, girl, that took me off my rocker. I'm ready to fight somebody. Let that cat come back over here.
Listen.
So I want y'all in the
Listen.
comment in the chat. Definitely put y'all put something in there that you guys want us to turn that thing around. Shelly's up next. So don't hesitate not to put that in there. But yeah, that was crazy, Shelly.
That was crazy. That was
Right?
crazy. But
I
now
haven't seen anything yet. I've been scrolling through the chat. What'd you say, Angie?
Mhm.
I said that was crazy, but I'm gonna be real quiet right now because I literally, as a pastor, just took a phone call today, just a few hours ago, identical to what you just said, and
Ah,
the wife is deceased and babies are coming out the woodwork. So I'm telling you,
that will
No. Oh
happen
my
that's
too.
real. That's
God.
real stuff. That's real stuff.
Wait, Crazy Berrytown said, right. Wait, no. Wait, I missed it. I lost it. Oh, right. Shelly Willie. Death did them part. The mistress death.
Yeah. Death
That's funny.
Death did us
That
part.
is a
Okay, I
death did
have
us part,
another
baby.
one from Instagram until we get some from the comments. This one was
Okay.
on the shade room. This
Okay.
guy took a girl that he had been dating for several weeks to a party, a house party. While at the party, she got chatted up by two other men and they took her upstairs to a bedroom.
Was she drunk?
He didn't say. He did not say whether she was drunk or not. But he texted his friend and told his friend, "Come up here and shoot the party up with me. Like we gotta shoot the party up, or we gotta fight the guys." What would you do? You're the friend.
First of all, he must have been from Texas, because that's what they do.
I
You
said
you mess
Florida.
with a man's heart, he just go all the way off the Richter. He just, I mean, all that crazy he was trying to hide from people all his life, it just come right on out right then.
Off the skills.
I mean, God, dog. Who am I? Am I the guy? Am I the woman upstairs with
You're
the
the
two
friend.
men?
You're the friend. He just called you. He's like,
Oh,
"Look, these two dudes upstairs getting it in with the girl I brought here. Come on, we gotta do something. We gotta air this party out. You're the friend.
am I
I
hood?
just called you.
Am I hood? Am I bad about it? Like, am I in the game? Like, am I for real about it? Am I about that life? Or am I in college with a 4.0 GPA and wear glasses? Which one am I?
So they are both in college. The friend. So I know how the story ends, but the friend, they are both in college, and the friend was an athlete. He's a college athlete at their school.
Okay, I think what I would do is I would be like, bro, I'm on my way. And then I would go and then I would say, get in the car real quick, let's load up. And he get in the car, and when he got in the car, I lock the doors and I drive off. Okay.
Oh, that's smart.
I have a little Hennessy in there. I have some food in there. And if I had a home girl, no, I'm not gonna say that. That's what I would have in there. And I would be like, bro, I would just try to talk him down a little bit. I'd be like, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Cuz, hey, cuz. All these women out here, we outnumbered 6-1, and you mad about this one girl? It's a many of
There's
girls.
too much cat in these streets, homie.
It's
There
too
is
much.
too much punani walking up and down the streets for you to be
I
tripping
mean,
like this.
every which way we turn, and it ain't in the 50s no more. Women ain't like, oh, marry me first to get this cookie. No, it's like,
Nah,
I want some tonight too. What's up? So I
they
would just be
bouncing that
like,
ass like a basketball. You don't
you
even
hear
have to
me?
worry about that.
It's sexual exploration. This is the era that we're in. So I would
Yes,
just be
it
like,
is.
cuz, leave it alone, let her go. That's her life, cuz you on another pad. And so, hey, let's go on over here, down here to the bar, and you already looking good, cuz I see your haircut, I see your cologne. Let's go over here and get some other women.
Yes,
That's how I would turn that thing around. It's
I'm here
women
for it.
every which way you turn. One, two,
Mm-hmm.
and so you can get whatever, you can have whatever you like. And that
Okay,
girl,
stacks on deck, Patron on.
Patron on
I listen,
ice.
and we can
And
pop
that
bottles all
woman,
night.
I would say that woman who went upstairs with the two guys, she gonna have fun tonight. You don't know what type of, hey, if it was, hey, I'm just saying maybe you could try again another night and it
Listen,
might work for you. You might be going upstairs. So, you know, just be open. That's what I would say. That's my reboot for that. Well, I wasn't even
I'm here
supposed
for
to
that.
reboot that, Shelly. It was supposed to be your turn.
Oh my bad. My bad.
So you said.
I'm trying.
So you said you
I'm
know how it ends.
okay. So yes, I do know how it ends. So the friend ended up telling him, "I'm not coming. Figure it out on your own." Basically, the guy went upstairs and confronted the other two guys, and they beat him bloody while they were naked. They
While
were
they was
naked.
naked,
They hopped off the girl and hopped on him and sent him home on the bus because he couldn't. His eyes were so swollen he couldn't even drive his car.
while they was naked though. Diesel said, "Shoot, I'm rolling up on him with the two girls in my car that he interrupted me from being with."
Period.
Who is Diesel? I like Diesel. Exactly. Like you worried about this one girl. But you know what? I don't even think for men, I don't even think it'd be about the one. Like if he wasn't like in a serious relationship with her, it's not really about the woman. It's like about his pride. That's what
Hmm.
I think it's about. And so I think his pride was hurt. So he don't really
But
know how to
honey, your
deal with
pride can be
the situation.
repaired.
Men are crazy.
That's what his friend said too. His friend was like, "Look, nobody even knows you came here with this girl. Take this L in silence and get out of there. Like, let her have it." And he couldn't let her have it, so he went and
Listen,
confronted them.
if he would have he gonna tell the next 5 women until listen, they gonna hear this story. He is gonna be jacked up from this. Yeah, I took
There's
this
going
girl.
to be a train of pain behind
Look,
her.
he's not going to take
No,
nobody
no
out.
pun intended. A train of pain.
A train, a whole train. It was a whole train.
The next girl
No
he try to
pun
talk to,
intended.
he's gonna be like, I don't take girls out no more because the last time
Nope.
like he's gonna be jacked up until it's gonna be a woman that have to work real hard to get through his wall he about to put up.
And don't let her text him the next day. Don't let her be the one to text him.
Listen,
Okay,
well,
I mean, if I haven't seen anything else, if we want to keep going, I got some more on Instagram because Instagram has been hot this week.
what? Let's do one more. Ain't Jean, you ready?
Okay, this one, y'all, is crazy. This one is even more crazy, I feel like, than the last one. Than the last one, the wife and the mistress. Hang on, let me. Okay, here it is. My daughter gave birth to her second child this morning.
Okay.
She was in labor for 2 days, and I was the one taking care of her at the hospital. Yesterday, I needed to go home and take care of her daughter and also prepare some food for her.
Wow.
I left the hospital around 7, and upon getting home, I met her husband masturbating on the couch. This is the biggest temptation of my life. Even when I was in the kitchen, his erected penis was just playing over and over in my head. I couldn't control myself, and I went to the sitting room and I noticed that he was in his bedroom. I peeked through the keyhole and he was still busy doing it aggressively. I told him to open the door and that I wanted to join him. He didn't even resist.
Ain't nothing but the
That was
Take
that was how we got entangled and I couldn't get back to the hospital. We spent the night satisfying ourselves. He opened up to me that he enjoyed me better than her, that since she got pregnant, she hardly had time for him. I couldn't go back to the hospital and face my daughter. So I called her and told her that my blood pressure was high. She asked me to rest. She gave birth. She then gave birth around 4:43 a.m. and I'm getting her pepper soup ready. Pepper soup must be a cultural thing, but she said I'm getting her pepper soup ready. But I just feel ashamed of myself. I just feel ashamed of myself. I don't know.
We
Wait,
lost,
Shelly, you're muted.
lost you. Shelly. Shelly.
You're muted. Shelly going forward. Look at Shelly talking. Shelly ain't playing. Shelly telling that story, honey.
He's on for
We lost you. We can't hear you. Yo, I
Sam,
can't hear you.
it might be your ear pods. Are your pods dead?
Yo, this is what?
This story right here.
Wait.
Lena, I don't know if you can turn that around because it's already jacked.
In the middle of your daughter giving birth, you couldn't
Giving
get back to
birth
the hospital.
to his child.
I bet your blood pressure was high.
Listen, a whole lot of stuff was high and hot.
I'm just outdone, honey. I just can't take the folks. The folks is out here wilding.
Crazy Berry Town said that bean be having folks messed up.
I mean, first of all, what?
Listen, when she came in and he was going forth and laying hands on the sick and it was recovering, she should have known then. She should have known then when he was in there laying hands that Houston there is a problem.
Wait, Crazy Berry Town said it kind of sounds like a porn movie. Just make an observation. Not that I would know. It sounds just like some porn.
It does sound like
just like some porn.
That
is crazy, cuz I just feel like
basically the end said that she couldn't face her daughter. She never told her, and this guy's the best she ever had, and she can't live with herself.
Turn that thing around.
Turn that thing around. First of all, the mother, you know what? You need a man.
That thing around.
You need a man. That's what it is. You've been sitting at home by yourself, taking care of this kid, being there for your daughter. You've been there for everybody else but yourself. And then once you saw a piece of candy, you couldn't help yourself. You couldn't help yourself. That's because you had let your emotions get so high that once you saw something, it just took over. Okay? This is a learning lesson. Okay? You need to get yourself a man or two just to have on standby, sneaky links, when you know what I mean, and get you some toys. I bet this when they got that one.
She's all the way married too. You're a married
She was married.
woman.
Oh, yes. She's married.
She said
she's married.
She said he satisfied her better than her husband. Michelle says she needs to buy a rose.
Yeah, that's what she needs. But God, dog,
needs to buy a rose. Sure.
This is how you turn this thing around. Listen. Hey, you're gonna have to tell your daughter.
Step one, absolutely.
Number one, you're gonna tell your daughter. You got to, be with that. First of all, what you need to do is be with that man just one more time. It's the best you ever had. You ain't gonna never be able to have it again. Okay? Go listen. You already in the lion's den. You already there. You might as well go ahead and enjoy it one more time and really, really enjoy it. Is all I'm saying. Go get in there, okay? Because you already did it. You already got it on your back. You might as well go ahead in there and just enjoy it. Leave the guilt at the door. Go ahead and enjoy it. Then what you do is you tell your daughter what you've done, okay? Y'all gonna go through some years of not talking, and hopefully before you out of here, y'all repair the relationship, okay? And then you tell your husband the infidelity with that, but you got to be honest, okay? So this is gonna be a rough road for you, but I would just tell the folks, and then what I would do is leave that man alone because you can't have that no more. I would get the toy. I would ask my husband, to kind of learn some new things. Maybe we can do some tantra. I don't know.
Not tantra.
And then just try to, do better, because why would you let yourself?
I don't think I would ever be able to speak to my mom again. That has to be part of the turnaround.
Say it again, Shelly.
What did you say?
I said I don't think I would ever be able to speak to my mom again.
I think that you would. I think that you would, because I think it would hurt. But people make mistakes, and I think it'll take you some time to get over. But I think you would. You might look at her differently. You might have a little less respect, but I think you would talk to your mom again. It's your mom. It's your mama. It's your mama. So I mean, hey, the daughter knew. The daughter knew what the thing was. She knew how the thing worked. The daughter knew what was up. She shouldn't have left. No.
Somebody said earlier they made a really good point. Why was he not at the hospital delivering his baby? That
was my question too. Why is he not at the hospital?
Who said that?
Because he's writhing around. He's writhing around on the sofa at home, waiting for the mama to come through the door. Because
exactly.
He
He
knew.
knew what he was
Now, I'm
doing.
gonna say this. He already knew, in my
He knew.
opinion, that she was going to give all the goodies up and lay it low and spread it wide. He already knew. And
He
he
knew.
knew that hoeing spirit was on her, and he knew that hoeing spirit was on him. And if
Yep.
she came in the door and he was carrying on and choking the chicken and all of that, he knew good and well she was gonna jump on top and help.
And that's what she did.
And
Couldn't
that's
help herself.
that's exactly what
Girl,
she did.
she said she went to the kitchen trembling. And she was like, "Oh Lord, help me."
Have you seen those videos of the people like ooh? That's what that
Yeah.
reminded me.
Ooh. Right.
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 And
You can't
I
drink
see
nothing.
some driver. This is not the first time that he's done this. And so at the end of the day, y'all, you listen, and I'm with Lena now. I just don't know. Or no. I think I'm with Shelly. Let me back that thing up. I'm with Shelly because listen, Mama, we don't share peen. We shared the same womb coming out. Well, I came out to your womb, yes. But your womb's not gonna have me and my husband. No. Ain't gonna happen.
No.
She made a mistake. Then we just get through talking about grace and mercy. Okay. Up. So I think that, mama got a little beside herself, and she made a mistake. Now the baby daddy, he didn't make no mistake. I'm with y'all. He was waiting for the mama to come
neither
home.
one of them made a mistake.
Now we getting rid of him.
Now,
But
Lena, how you gonna jump up for the man and get rid of it? No, ma'am.
listen, the man was, if he wouldn't have been out, why he masturbating in the living room anyway? And he don't live by himself. That ain't his house.
This is the mama. Now, if anybody was gonna have some restraint and act like they had some sense, it should have been the mama.
I'm agreeing with you. All I'm saying is you can't get rid of your mama. AG says, "Shut." Listen, I mean, I don't know. It's just I wouldn't get no. I mean, I feel like it's your mother. And she should have had restraint. I'm agreeing with you. It's a very like big deal, and y'all probably be jacked up for a while. But you gonna get rid of your mama?
The same way that you're saying it's your mama, the mama should have been saying, "This is my daughter."
Agreed.
It's your daughter.
I'm agreeing with you.
How tempting. I don't care how huge. I don't care if it's 12 inches. I don't care. It's as hard as a rock. Something in her should have said, "This is my daughter. This is my daughter's husband." No. So the same way you trying to say it's your mama, she should have been saying it's my daughter, in my opinion.
I agree 100%. But this is what happens with issues in life. A lot of people deal with stuff like this. Who's going to be the forgiving person? Who's going to be the one who tries to mend from something that doesn't seem like it could be mended? I don't know if that's the right way.
Mended. Yeah, I got you. Listen, Lena, I agree. I'm not, but there's gonna need to be some time for some healing. There's gonna need to be some space. There's gonna need to be a whole lot of communication, which may not be. I'm in the hospital trying to push out this Joker's baby
by myself,
because both of the people that should be here taking care of me, y'all rolling in the hay. I don't think so. Now,
yeah, I mean,
go ahead, sis.
I would be jacked up. Be very upset for a long time. I'm telling you, I probably wouldn't have a lot of people in my circle. But all I'm saying is, at some point, you're probably gonna need to mend that.
The mending is gonna have to me, in my perspective, it's gonna have to start with some space first. It's gonna have from both of them. If I'm the daughter, I need space from you, ma'am, mama. I need space from you, sir, husband. I need space from both of y'all. Now, if both of y'all still knocking and locking up boots, that's a whole nother scenario. At the end of the day, listen, I need to be with my child. I need to bond with my child, but y'all take a hike for a minute, because I'm not about to put up with neither one of you for a hot second.
There you go.
Come on,
Yes,
truck
you
driver,
can.
call in. Drop that number so truck driver can call in. So at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be some healing that needs to happen before I see either one of y'all flounce y'all's happy tail up in my face. Because
I do too.
both of y'all jacked up.
But I just think that you know, you can you know, the husband, you know, you can get remarried if you feel like, you know, that was too much. You could you know, divorce the husband, be done with that. But I just don't think you're going to be able to be done with your mother. I don't think so.
Now, in
So
reality, she may have a better and a stronger relationship with the husband than she has with the mother. Because don't just assume because it's a mother that it's a strong bond. I know a lot of mothers that are almost the worst thing that the child can have. And I mean that. I've seen mothers that the children seemingly could be better if we could get the child away from the mama. And so the woman may have actually had a better relationship with the husband, and the husband relationship might be the one she needs to salvage, and the mama might need to go bye-bye. Is this you, sir? Is this my truck driver?
This is him.
Okay, you might need to turn me down and go ahead and talk.
Okay. First of all, that man is a very sick person. He knew what he was doing. When him and that woman was together and her daughter, him and that daughter done did some things before. They attempted to do some things, and mama done walked in on them probably once or twice. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is the great opportunity. Okay, mama in the hospital finna push this baby out. Okay? We leave mom at the hospital, so I'm going to go home because she's finna get ready to come home. I'm going to sit on the couch and do my due, but I know when she walk in, she done already done said something to me. She done saw it before. It ain't her first time seeing it. So I'm going to whoop it up and make it stand up for her so she can really see it. Okay?
Yep.
When she comes, like what's what Papa said, what's your niece name? But anyway, why would he be sitting in the living room, knowing that
exactly
this walk through that door, sitting on the couch, putting smelling booty meat all over his couch, setting up that shit up?
It was a leather or was it cloth?
Okay.
Either
way it go, it gonna stay.
Yep, you right about
it. Anyway, he should not have done that. Like I say, this is not just no up and okay, I want to try daddy, I want to try stepdad, or whoever he is to her. I want to try him. Now, if he was a real man, he wouldn't have been doing it in the first place. Two, he married the mama. Anyway, he was setting that up to be with the daughter anyway. He just camouflaged it to be with the mama. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm a man. Some men is very sick. They are some sick, weak. Men as a creature, some of us are very sick. And when they do things like that, then too, you can look at it like this here. You got mothers and daughters that share the same man.
That's true.
That's true now.
You see what I'm saying? So who's to say that daughter had never been in the room with mom and dad? You see what I'm saying? Maybe mama upset because they did it without her, and now she gonna feel some type of way. There's both sides to it, so you got to look at it the whole. You got to look at the whole thing. Is what I'm saying. And thank y'all for taking my call.
Thank you for calling in.
Appreciate you. So he brought out some other points there. Lena. So at the end of the day, I hear what he's saying, and I'm gonna let you comment on that, and we're gonna get ready. Yes, Raw Confessions, he did say booty meat.
Booty meat. It's gonna be smelling like booty, whether it's leather or cloth. So you all up in that living room, and who cleaning that? Because if you ain't at the birth, you definitely ain't the one cleaning the house.
Come on.
Okay. And so I'm just like, I'm just about done with that. But shoot, that one was a hard. Shelly came with some hard ones. Oh, this is what I want to say. You never know with folks. You never know their intentions and what they trying to plan on the backside of stuff. And I think he planned that because they had to call and tell him, oh, get the baby ready because my mama about to come get the baby. And he was like, oh, okay. He put the baby to sleep and went in the living room and just what is going on? So I just think they both like what we all been saying. They both need some help, and turning that thing around take some time. Like Aunt Jean, from both of them, take some time from them, and get yourself together. And somebody commented love from a distance, and that's what it's gonna have to be. So yeah, that's crazy. That's mine. That's what I think about that.
I'm with you. Yeah, that was for sure a setup.
Yeah.
Shelly, you let us have it. You let us have it. I'm gonna let y'all wrap it up, y'all, because I'm telling you what, I'm gonna need to go down and have. I'm gonna need to lay down after this reboot.
We all gonna need to do a prayer. Somebody gonna need to burn some sage. I'm just worried for the world right now. Talk about this stuff. Oh my God, my God, my God. I'm just like, what? You said what? With who?
I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that the man, turn that thing around. Honey, turn that. Crazy Berrytown said she's drinking.
Listen, we need a drink after this, okay? We need something after this.
Oh, sisters, I'm gonna let y'all close it out because I'm done. Listen, spiritual thought leader is done. I'm done.
Listen,
I'm glad that I got everyone thinking. Like I said, those all came from Instagram. So various sources on Instagram, various accounts that I follow posted those this week, and I just had to share with the reBOOT crew. But I love this conversation, from the cussing to the turn that thing around. So I will see you guys next week. I hope everybody goes forth with positivity. We need more ideas from the crowd. So have those turn the thing around ideas for us next week in the chat, so we can get into it.
Beautiful.
Yes. Thank y'all for coming and talking with us. We want to thank our call-ins, Miss Shanna Cunningham, and then, did I say that right? Miss Shanna Cunningham, and then Truck Driver 57. We appreciate y'all for calling in. Thank y'all for commenting and being a part of this conversation. We love reBOOT. We want to evoke reboots in everybody's life. We'll see y'all next Friday, 2 p.m. So please meet us here. You got Shelly Welly. You got me, Phoenix Leor. If you want to follow me on Instagram, Leor Music, Leeor Music. So definitely do that. We want to also just inspire y'all to have a good week. We'll see y'all come Friday. Y'all come with the stories. With the
I appreciate
reboots.
everyone who was here, but also we missed you, Shelly Thunder.
Woo! Shelly Thunder's birthday I ain't gonna do the Kojic this time, but Shelly her birthday just passed. So I want to say happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to everybody whose birthday is right around this time. Turn up. Fall is coming. Libra season, Halloween. You know how we get down. So thank y'all for coming, and we love y'all. Have a good week.
Growth, longevity, understanding, and integrity. Me, you, we on the road. Grass, top to top. Got a lot to learn in this life, and I'm excited. Gonna do my people like mine. What you gonna do when you need? What you gonna do?